The Denver International Airport, commonly known as DIA, is not only one of the busiest airports in the United States, but also one of the most mysterious. Since its opening in 1995, DIA has been surrounded by a cloud of rumors, speculation, and conspiracy theories that go far beyond its role as a transportation hub. Built on a massive 53 site nearly twice the size of Manhattan, it immediately sparked curiosity about why such an enormous airport was necessary in a city already served by a functioning one. The scale of the project, combined with construction delays and a final cost of nearly $5 billion well over budget, fueled suspicion that something more was hidden beneath the runways. Conspiracy theorists argue that the airport's underground tunnels, bunkers, and vast unused spaces were not designed for luggage systems but for secret government or military use. Some claim it is home to deep underground command centers, survival bunkers for global elites, or even a connection to a supposed New World Order. Murals, sculptures, and architectural oddities within the airport itself only add fuel to the speculation, with many pointing to symbolic imagery that appears to hint at war, apocalypse, and global control. Whether these claims have any factual basis or not, the Denver International Airport has cemented itself as a modern legend of secrecy and intrigue. It is simultaneously a travel hub and a cultural icon of conspiracy thinking, attracting not just passengers but also journalists, researchers, and urban explorers eager to uncover what really lies beneath its runways. For many, DIA represents a place where truth and myth blur a functioning airport on the surface, but perhaps something far stranger hidden underground. That the official reason for constructing Denver International Airport was to replace the old Stapleton Airport, which had served the city since the 1920s. By the late 1980s, officials argued that Stapleton was outdated, overcrowded, and unable to expand due to surrounding urban development. Denver's leaders envisioned a new, larger facility that could handle projected air traffic for decades to come. Yet from the very beginning, DIA's construction became controversial. The project was plagued by constant delays, ballooning costs, and design changes that baffled many observers. Initially expected to cost around $2 billion, the final price tag soared to nearly $5 billion when the airport opened in 1995. 3 years behind schedule, much of the blame was placed on a highly ambitious automated baggage system, which turned into a notorious engineering failure, forcing crews to build enormous underground tunnels and conveyor belts that never worked properly. These tunnels, vast and largely unused, later became a cornerstone of conspiracy theories that the airport was deliberately designed to conceal something far more secretive than luggage belts. Critics asked why Denver needed such a massive new airport in the first place, given that Stapleton still had room for additional runways. The sheer scale of DIA, covering 53 square miles, far larger than any other U.S. airport, added to the suspicion. Why build an airport so oversized, and at such staggering expense? For skeptics, the answer could not be found in aviation needs alone. The unexplained construction decisions, financial overruns, and empty underground spaces seemed to point to hidden purposes. To this day, supporters insist the scale was about preparing for future growth, while conspiracy theorists argue it was all part of a deeper plan involving secret bunkers, military operations, or even preparations for global catastrophe. Perhaps the most enduring and dramatic aspect of the Denver International Airport conspiracy centers on its vast underground structures. Officially, these subterranean tunnels and chambers were built to house a high-tech baggage system that turned out to be a colossal failure. After years of malfunctions and wasted millions, most of the system was abandoned, leaving behind a labyrinth of empty passageways beneath the runways and terminals. For conspiracy theorists, this explanation seemed far too convenient. Instead, they argue that the airport's underground spaces were intentionally designed as secret facilities. Some claim the tunnels extend for miles, connecting to hidden bunkers deep beneath the Rocky Mountains, possibly linking DIA to Cheyenne Mountain, NORAD, or even further networks of underground bases. Others believe these chambers are designed as survival bunkers for global elites, meant to serve as a safe haven in the event of nuclear war, natural disaster, or social collapse. There are also persistent whispers that the airport may conceal detention camps, command centers, or even hangars for experimental aircraft and UFO technology. The sheer scale of the underground construction, much of it off-limits to the public, adds fuel to these theories. Airport officials insist that the tunnels are nothing more than remnants of an over-engineered luggage project and now serve practical purposes such as storage and utility access. Yet photos of vast, empty concrete halls and unused conveyor systems continue to circulate online, offering a haunting glimpse into what might lurk beneath. The mystery is compounded by the fact that the airport sits on a sprawling, isolated piece of land with plenty of room for expansion, making it easy for skeptics to imagine undisclosed facilities hidden out of sight. For many, these underground spaces are the heart of the DIA, mystery proof that the airport was designed for more than just flights. Adding to the intrigue of Denver International Airport are its many works of art and unusual architectural features, which conspiracy theorists argue are loaded with hidden symbolism. Perhaps the most infamous are the large murals painted by artist Leo Tanguma, which depict disturbing scenes of war, destruction, and eventual peace. One mural, known as Children of the World Dream of Peace, shows children from many nations standing over a defeated soldier, while another called The Children of the World Dream of Peace depicts a masked military figure wielding a sword in front of grieving mothers and destroyed cities. Critics argue these murals resemble apocalyptic visions, with imagery suggesting genocide, authoritarian rule, and eventual global unity interpretations that fuel speculation about New World Order connections. Beyond the murals, the airport is also home to the giant blue horse sculpture with glowing red eyes, officially named Mustang but often nicknamed Lucifer, standing 32 feet tall. The statue has terrified travelers since its installation, not least because the artist, Luis Jimenez, was tragically killed when part of the sculpture fell on him during its creation. Its glowing red eyes and ominous presence have made it a symbol of doom to conspiracy enthusiasts. Other strange elements include mysterious symbols on the floors, which some claim resemble Masonic markings or cryptic codes, and a dedication stone placed in the Great Hall that references the New World Airport Commission, an organization that, suspiciously, does not appear to exist. To skeptics, these symbols are not innocent, but part of a secret message declaring DIA's hidden role in global power structures, while airport officials insist the art reflects themes of peace, history, and multiculturalism. The unsettling imagery has convinced many that Denver International is not just an airport. It is a shrine to hidden agendas waiting to be revealed. No discussion of Denver International Airport would be complete without mentioning its alleged ties to the Illuminati, Freemasons, and the so-called New World Order. These theories often draw on the airport's dedication stone, located in the main terminal, which bears the date of the airport's completion and the symbol of the Freemasons' square and compass. Even more suspicious to some is the inscription that credits the construction to the New World Airport Commission, an organization that appears to have no public record of ever existing. For conspiracy believers, this is no coincidence, it is evidence of a secret society, declaring its role in building DIA as a command center for global governance. The airport's massive scale, mysterious underground tunnels, and strange artwork are seen as further proof that the facility is not merely an airport, but a hub for world elites preparing for future upheaval. Some theorists claim that DIA is the headquarters of the Illuminati, designed to withstand nuclear war and natural disasters, while serving as a base of operations for controlling humanity afterward. The murals depicting destruction followed by peace are interpreted as symbolic messages. First chaos, then the rise of a new global order. Freemason imagery has long been linked to conspiracy narratives, and the presence of their symbol on the airport's plaque has only strengthened the association. Skeptics, of course, argue that the New World Airport Commission was simply a local group formed to commemorate the opening of the airport, and that the Masonic symbol is no different from countless others found on public buildings across the United States. But to those who distrust official explanations, these details are deliberate signals. For them, DIA is not just an airport but a monument to secrecy and a looming new chapter. In hidden global control, one of the most persistent claims about Denver International Airport is that it is directly connected to other underground bunkers and military facilities across the United States, forming a hidden survival network. Conspiracy theorists often link DIA to NORAD's Cheyenne Mountain Complex, a Cold War nuclear bunker located about 100 miles away in Colorado Springs. They argue that vast subterranean tunnels stretch between the two, allowing for secure transport of people and resources in the event of war or disaster. Others claim the airport is part of a much larger web of underground cities designed to house global elites, government officials, and military leaders during doomsday scenarios. These alleged bunkers are said to be stocked with food, water, medical facilities, and command centers capable of sustaining life for years underground. Some even suggest that Daya could serve as the central hub of this network, acting as a modern-day arc for humanity's most powerful figures. Adding to the intrigue, satellite images and construction records show that much of DIA's underground layout is still not publicly documented, leaving room for speculation about what lies beneath. The airport's isolated location and massive land area further strengthen these theories, since the sprawling grounds could easily conceal hidden entrances or ventilation systems. Officially, the airport denies any such connections, insisting the tunnels were built only for baggage systems and utilities. Yet the idea of secret doomsday bunkers continues to thrive, fueled by the airport's proximity to major defense sites and its reputation for secrecy. For believers, DIA is not just a place to catch flights, it is the headquarters of a hidden world prepared for catastrophe, a fortress where the powerful would retreat while ordinary people are left to face the chaos above. Among the many mysteries tied to Denver International Airport, none capture attention quite like the giant blue Mustang statue that greets travelers as they enter the grounds. Officially titled Mustang but widely nicknamed Blucifer, the 32-foot fiberglass sculpture is infamous for its glowing red eyes and eerie appearance. From the moment it was unveiled in 2008, Blucifer became a lightning rod for conspiracy speculation, with many interpreting it as an omen of doom or a symbol of the airport's hidden agenda. The statue's sinister reputation is partly fueled by tragedy. Its sculptor Luis Jimenez was killed in 2006 when a piece of the massive horse fell on him during its construction. To conspiracy theorists, this fatal accident is seen as a curse or a warning, further cementing the sculpture's dark mystique. Blucifer's glowing red eyes are said to symbolize everything from death to surveillance, while others argue the horse recalls imagery from the biblical four horsemen of the apocalypse, reinforcing theories that the airport is tied to doomsday planning. For locals, the statue is both loved and hated. Some view it as bold art, while others see it as terrifying. Its location, looming over the main access road to the airport, ensures that millions of travelers encounter it each year, often leaving with an uneasy impression before even entering DIA's terminals. Airport officials maintain that the glowing eyes are simply a tribute to Jimenez's father, who owned a neon sign shop, and that the horse's design represents the spirit of the American West. Still, for conspiracy believers, Blucifer is no innocent artwork but a deliberate symbol placed to foreshadow destruction, power, or hidden control. Whether viewed as art or omen, the statue has become inseparable from the legend of Dia, its red eyes watching silently over the airport's mysteries. Inside Denver International Airport, travelers often notice unusual symbols, plaques, and inscriptions that have become central to conspiracy lore. The most discussed feature is the granite dedication, stone set into the floor of the Great Hall. It bears the date of the airport's dedication, a Masonic square and compass symbol, and a reference to the New World Airport Commission. Strangely, no such organization appears to exist in any official capacity, leading theorists to argue that the name is a deliberate nod to the New World Order. The inclusion of a Freemason symbol, often linked to secret societies, only intensifies suspicion that Dia is more than a public airport. Surrounding the stone are strange markings that some claim resemble ancient languages or coded instructions, possibly left as clues to the airport's hidden purpose. Other unusual features include strange gargoyle sculptures inside luggage claim areas, sitting inside suitcases as if mocking the passengers, while airport officials insist these are playful pieces meant to symbolize protection of travelers' belongings. Critics argue the imagery is too bizarre to be innocent. Even the runways, when viewed from above, have been said to resemble a swastika. Though the airport maintains their unusual layout was simply designed for efficient flight patterns, to conspiracy believers, none of these elements are coincidences but carefully placed symbols of secrecy and power. They interpret them as signals to insiders, suggesting the airport is tied to global control, elite survival planning, or even occult rituals. To skeptics, however, these features are the result of eccentric artistic choices, misunderstood architectural design, and the public's tendency to find patterns where none exist. Yet the lack of clear explanations has left room for theories to flourish, turning every unusual detail into another piece of evidence in the airport's growing mythos. Beyond the more grounded claims of secret bunkers and elite shelters, some of the wildest theories about Denver International Airport dive into the realm of science fiction and the paranormal. One popular belief is that Dia conceals underground bases for extraterrestrials, with tunnels supposedly serving as hangars for UFOs or laboratories for alien experiments. This theory is fueled by Colorado's long history of UFO sightings, making Dyer a natural target for speculation about government-alien collaboration. Others claim the airport is a refuge for reptilian beings, a race of shape-shifting entities often cited in conspiracy circles as secretly controlling world governments. According to this narrative, the underground spaces beneath DIA are not simply for storage, but serve as living quarters and command centers for these hidden rulers. There are even stories that the strange murals and symbols scattered throughout the airport are coded messages, left to announce the dawn of a new age led by non-human powers. Skeptics dismiss these theories as absurd, pointing out that much of the so-called evidence comes from imaginative interpretations of art and architecture. Still, for believers, the sheer size of Dyer and the secrecy surrounding its underground areas make it the perfect location for experiments, otherworldly contact, or interdimensional activity. Even the airport itself has leaned into these rumors, creating tongue-in-cheek marketing campaigns that play on the alien and reptilian myths to entertain travelers while cleverly embracing the notoriety. In the end, whether seen as evidence of hidden truth or as imaginative storytelling, these extreme theories highlight just how far the legend of Dyer has spread. What began as questions about construction costs and tunnels has grown into one of the most elaborate conspiracy landscapes in America, where reality and fantasy merge beneath the runways of Denver's airport. Over the years, Denver International Airport officials have responded to the swirl of conspiracy theories in ways that are both defensive and playful. Rather than ignoring the speculation, the airport has at times embraced its bizarre reputation, turning it into a marketing tool. In 2019, for example, DIA launched an advertising campaign that featured posters inside the terminals reading slogans like, "Are we preparing for the end of the world?" and "Do you believe in the lizard people?" complete with images of aliens and underground bunkers. These tongue-in-cheek ads acknowledged the conspiracies while reassuring travelers that the airport had nothing to hide. During construction projects, the airport even placed humorous signs suggesting that the work zones might conceal secret tunnels or headquarters for the New World Order, turning paranoia into publicity. By leaning into the myths, officials have managed to soften public skepticism and transform the conspiracy theories into a quirky part of DIA's identity. At the same time, administrators firmly deny all claims of hidden bunkers, secret societies, or underground alien bases, emphasizing that the airport is simply a massive hub designed to meet the needs of modern aviation. They argue that its large land area allows for future expansion and that the unusual art is meant to provoke thought, not conceal messages. Yet, for many conspiracy believers, the airport's playful attitude is interpreted not as humor but as misdirection, an attempt to laugh off questions that touch too close to the truth. Whether seen as clever marketing or sly deception, the airport's approach has only fueled further discussion. Instead of quieting the rumors, DIA's responses have ensured its place in conspiracy culture, where every wink and joke is treated as another layer of mystery waiting to be unraveled. Nearly 3 decades after its opening, Denver International Airport remains both a bustling transportation hub and one of the most enduring modern mysteries. For millions of travelers, it is simply a gateway to Colorado and the Rocky Mountain region. But for conspiracy theorists, Dyer is much more than that. It is a symbol of secrecy, hidden agendas, and the possibility that beneath its runways lies something far stranger than baggage tunnels. From its massive size and budget overruns to its strange murals, eerie sculptures, and cryptic dedication stone, the airport has given skeptics a wealth of material to question. Theories range from the plausible, such as underground bunkers for government continuity, to the outlandish, including alien bases and reptilian hideouts. While mainstream experts and airport officials insist there is nothing mysterious at all, the absence of transparency and the oddities scattered throughout the facility keep speculation alive. What makes Dyer's legend so powerful is that it sits at the intersection of fact and imagination, a real place with unusual features that invite interpretation. Whether seen as a genuine conspiracy or just a case study in how myths take root, the airport has embedded itself in popular culture as one of the most famous mystery sites in America. By embracing the rumors through humor and marketing, Dyer has only deepened its identity as both an airport and a cultural icon of secrecy. In the end, the truth about Denver International may be far more ordinary than the stories suggest, but its myth will likely never fade. Travelers passing through may see only planes and terminals, but for many, the thought lingers that somewhere beneath the surface, hidden in miles of concrete and tunnels, lies a secret that only the powerful truly know.